to say that this project belongs to this era or the other era as such. The information is in there, and you can undertake your own analysis because we have developed algorithms that help you to see the information for yourself. Let's also remember that our stakeholders are not only the electorates in Ghana or maybe a particular party, right? It is Ghana Incorporated we are talking about, and we worked with various stakeholders from across the divide. You're talking about the MMDCs, you're talking about the MDAs. We pulled information from other sources that we could use to validate what we have done. But it was very important to us that every bit of information that we had in there had been truly verified before it was keyed in.
And finally and briefly, though, if you've done so much in terms of the Akufo-Addo administration and infrastructural project, why do you need a website to validate that? Why do I need a website to go on the website to know that you've done so much?
I think that we live in a world of the wide web. And so it's very important that whatever you have achieved as not only Akufo-Addo's administration, but Ghana Incorporated, we have it on a website for our development partners to be able to access. For example, if the IMF, the World Bank, or any other development partner that we're working with wishes to know what we have accomplished as a nation, if rating agencies visit Ghana and they want to see how well we are doing as a country, where we've come from and where we're heading towards, they should be able to see what we have used funds that we have collected by way of taxes, and in terms of transparency, accountability, good governance, and democracy, we need to make the good works that we have undertaken as a people.
Okay.
And as a government.
We'll leave it here. We're grateful. That's Professor Kweku Apiedu, his head of delivery unit at the office of the Vice President. They're joining us with details of that government tracker that was launched today. Meanwhile, the MPs on the NDC side say government's performance tracker only shows that the NPP has nothing to show after more than 7 years in office. According to NDC MP for Boem, Kofi Adams, the previous tracker appropriated NDC projects and some of the so-called achievements simply did not exist.
When they launched their first tracker, Joy was one of the stations that followed through and exposed the many lies and falsities in the so-called tracker. In my own constituency, they launched bridges they claim they have constructed, roads they claim they have done, when actually nothing has happened there. In my constituency in Buim, there's supposed to be a bridge between Accra community and Accra Cortes that they have done nothing, but their tracker then said they have done it. They claim they have done the road between Guama community and Atonko, which had not been done. They place all these things in the tracker. At least I've given you that of my constituency. Same thing happened in many other areas. So I will not be surprised that they will be launching another pack of lies. But we will check it, and I know you will lead the charge on that.
That's the Boem MP, Kofi Adams there. Now, we are told that when you are clearing a vehicle at the Tema port, it will attract 23 different taxes and levies. And this, former President John Mahama finds ridiculous and shocking. According to him, the prevailing conditions at the port continue to make Ghana unattractive for investment and business. Interacting with members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, the former president, who is also the NDC's flag bearer for the 2024 elections, recounts the taxes and levies on Lexus vehicle, for instance, which was cleared at the port.
It's a 2023 Lexus. These are the charges. 20% import duty, import VAT, then processing fee, then ECOWAS levy, then vehicle examination fee, then network charges, then network charge VAT, then network charge COVID. I'm shocked. Then Ghana Shippers Authority. Then import NHIL. Then network charge NHIL. GHS disinfection fee. Then MOTI import declaration fee. Special import levy. Ghana Export-Import Bank Levy, Ghana Education Trust Fund, Ghana Education Trust Fund Network Charge, African Union Import Levy, then COVID Health Recovery Levy, then certification, then IRS. There's over age penalty by 0 because it's a new car. You know, and so I was shocked myself.
Well, a team from the International Monetary Fund, we know, is in the country to review Ghana's progress under the 3-year Extended Credit Facility Program. A successful review will guarantee a release of the third tranche to Ghana. But the former president says Ghana could lose out due to some infractions.
If somebody comes promising you that I'm going to remove these taxes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, the first thing you should ask him is, they have signed an IMF agreement. And the IMF agreement says that by 2028, they should increase the percentage of revenue to GDP to 24% by 2028. We came from a little below 15%. With all the taxes that this government has piled on, it has brought us to 17.7%. And it is based on an agreement they have signed with the IMF. So if somebody tells you, oh, when I come, I'm going to abolish this, I'm going to abolish this, and the person is in government now, ask him to go to the IMF and tell them that they're going to abolish that. Right now, our review is in danger because they also wanted to put VAT on electricity. And you know we opposed it. So this review is going to see where they can find that money.
That's the former President John Dramani Mahama. Well, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, says the proposed 24-hour economy, if implemented, will be the game changer for the country.
If even you say that it is already there, there's nothing wrong for us to enhance it. And there's more that we can do in the night. There's more that we can do in the night. There are so many things that are creating nuisance in the afternoon. A lot of them. That when you go to Opera Square, when you go to Kantamanto, when you go to Okanshi, in the afternoon where people are shuttling around, that's where we are offloading our goods.
That's the President of GUTA, Joseph Obeng there. It's time for fact-checking, and today we are focusing on some claims made by former President John Dramani Mahama on the unemployment situation in the country. Head of our research desk, Raymond Nakwa, joins me in studio with more on the claims and the verdict. Raymond, let's start with the former President's claim on the current unemployment rate.
And now, unemployment in Ghana is 14.7%.
The claim is that the unemployment in the country is 14.7%. This is true. The figure is backed by the Statistical Services Q3 Labour Statistics Bulletin. Indeed, the average unemployment rate reduced from 14.9 in the first quarter of 2023 to 14.6 and then increased slightly to 14.7 in the third quarter of 2023. And that's the latest we've had from the Statistical Service on the unemployment situation.
We can now focus on the former president's interpretation of that unemployment figure.
I just over Ghana for 30 million now. 14.7% NDA to my head.
What's the verdict?
They claim that this means if you take 30 million Ghanaians, 14.7 are unemployed is misleading. The annual household income and expenditure survey, which is the source of the data the former president quoted, defines unemployment rates as the number of unemployed persons 15 years and older divided by the economically active population of 15 years and multiplied by 100. This means at least all those below the age of 15 are not included in the calculation of the unemployment rate. Indeed, it is the reason why when you add up the Q3 unemployment figures, let's look at it, 2,060,038 unemployment. They are the ones who are unemployed. And those employed are 11,962,599. And those who are not active at all are 5,214,085. This sums up to 19,236,720. So one cannot simply say 14.7% unemployment means 14% of the entire population, that's over 30 million population, are unemployed.
Okay, that's Raymond Nakwa with fact checking, taking us on a quick break here on the Midday News, live on Joy 99.7 FM in Accra and Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM. We're live on Facebook, we're on myjoyonline.com, we're on X Spaces. The Midday News is sponsored by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol is always a delightful experience. Also brought to you by Duraplus Ghana Limited, where Duraplus goes, water always flows. We've been taking a look at that government's performance tracker that was launched today. The government says it is factual, reliable, and accurate, but NDC MPs say the MPP is just attempting to appropriate NDC projects as well as showcasing ghost projects. We return from the break with sports, and then we'll take you to Nwaso in the Eastern region, where award-winning American rapper Ja Rule is breaking grounds for the construction of a classroom block at the Nwaso Anglican Primary School. Please stay with me.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a Petrosol station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
There is time for everything, including exclusive breastfeeding by mothers, which starts within the first 30 minutes baby is born till the time the child is 6 months old. Grandma,
Grandpa,
husbands,
let's all come on board Good Life and insist that our child takes only breast milk for the first 6 months. No food, no water, no gripe water.
Breast milk has all the nutrients the child needs to grow strong and healthy. So I ask, how is your good life?
Remember that exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months is best for baby, and good growth starts with right nutrition at birth. Good Life, live it well. It's an everyday thing. Good Life from Ghana Health Service and partners with support from USAID.
Just like that Sochi Wachi, that's exactly what Apawu Magic gives you. Enjoy rich Ghanaian stories like the second season of the legendary Inspector Bediako, the captivating Madame, and so much more on DSTV channel 150 and GoTV channel 102. Apawu Magic, dear. Enjoyment and kasa. Now available on DSTV Access and GoTV Plus. Apawu Magic, Ghana's most loved storyteller.
Thanks for staying with us. Time for sports. F4 is here. Hello.
Hello, Emefa. Well, let's go to the United States of America, where Saminu Abdul-Rashid is getting ready to represent Ghana at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. He's not qualified yet, but he's on the cusp after running 9.95 seconds in the men's 100-meter event. In the 200-meter event, also in the United States, he ran over 20.34 seconds, which is the fifth fastest division in the Division 1 NCAA time this season. Let's hear him as he speaks about his Olympic ambitions.
It means a lot. Like, it's going to be like a dream come true, going to the Olympics. Yeah, I'll be happy to represent my country and the village looking up to me. Then I'm looking up to them too as well. So yeah, I feel great. But when I see the win, I was like, no, this is tough for me. But it's good, all good. Yeah, I'm happy with both 100 and the 200. Yeah, there's no doubt this season, like, we have a good team coming on, so everybody should get ready for our team. We like, the boys are not playing this season, so we have a good team though.
Well, as you may know, the Olympic threshold is 10.00, so I'm sure you're wondering why 9.95 is not qualified him yet. Well, it was a wind-assisted time of 3.6.
Okay.
Now, the Olympic threshold for the wind assistance is 2.0, so he would have to do better than that, as is the case with Isaac Botiu, who also ran 9.90, but with wind assistance of 2.28. too. So we'll keep the tracks on those.
Okay, thank you very much, Achu, with sport. Now, there's widespread outrage among Ghanaians over government's refusal to aid the Hugh Cath project team in clearing tiles for renovation works at the Komfo Teaching Hospital. Well, as leaking roofs at the G Block and other facilities cry out for renovation and expansion, critical construction materials remain stranded at the Tema port, aggravating the dire situation. Here are some of your views on it.
How on earth if drugs that have to come to your people, even some that are coming for free, and people have donated to build a hospital or renovate the hospital that you are supposed to do. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean, where are their conscience? You see, the problem is